Good morning. It's morel mushroom season here in Missouri. It's tick season and it's pollen season. Pollen's kicking my butt and the ticks are trying to eat me up, but I love the morel mushrooms, so I'm still out there hunting them. I got something kind of interesting to show you today. I've had this model of gun on my list for a while, but never did quite come up to the top. I found several and passed them up, but a local gun shop got one in, and they had it marked as a 1892 Marlin 32 rimfire, Colt Rimfire. Well, turned out it wasn't that. It was an 1891 32 rimfire, but they can be converted to center fire by just changing out the firing pin. They came with two of them, but a lot of times they got lost. But fortunately, this gun was neglected, and they hadn't sanded the wood down like crazy, or took a wire brush and brushed off all the steel, all the lettering and stuff, and it was fairly complete. Had a few mechanical problems besides being real dirty. One was the finger lever wouldn't stay closed and it was loose. Turned out it just needed a new spring in here. I'll get into some of the repairs later on if you hang with me a bit. Excuse me. Sinuses, you know. Before I go any further, I'd like to thank Cypress Sam and Lawrence E. Pettifogger, two SAS shooters from the Cowboy Action arena, for helping me out on this project. Cypress Sam had a center fire firing pin for this model, and Mr. Pettifogger had a reamer. I rechambered it to 32 Smith & Wesson. That's a lot better, easier to load and find brass and components for. I haven't shot it yet, but I mean to here in a little bit. We'll see if it goes bang, see if it hits anything. It's kind of a starting place. I have the loads loaded up with 0.7 cc's of Graph's 3F and a 90 grain bullet. 0.7 cc's works out to about a little over 10 grains of black powder. I have cycled it. It does cycle, but it's real stiff, so I'm not sure if I got all the bugs worked out or not. Hang on, we'll see. About 25 steps down to the box I got a big old black spot on. I'm just going to shoot it offhand and kind of see where they're falling, if it's a keyhole or what. The bore is kind of rough and dark and worn. No heavy pit spots, but we'll just see how it goes. First one went all right. Well, I went in and loaded up 10 more cartridges, the same length as the first 10. And I did something a little bit different. I put a little bit of Johnson's wax on the heads and the nose of these things. Maybe it'll slide a little better. Another thing I did was polish the forward edge of the carrier. Nice thing about this gun, it just comes apart real easy. You lift these pieces out You can look and see what's wrong with it or not wrong with it, or clear a jam. You pull the bolt completely out and clean from the back end like God intended. The lever just lifts right out, and so does the hammer. Here's how the thing loads. Gotta pinch this, pull this way forward. You can start dropping cartridges down in it. Had to widen this out to get these larger bodied 32 Smith & Wesson in there. That's it. I set up a target down the way there, and I'm going to see if I can shoot a little better group by doing a little bit of bench rest shooting with this. Now, I'm not a bench rest shooter, and don't play one on TV. And I'm not really good set up here, but it'll give a little better than maybe offhand. I've cleaned this gun in between time. Quite a bit of glare off the sight there. We'll check and see what that looks like. Well, the cases look like they're pretty nice. Extracting well, and the primers look good. I'm about on down there. Considering the glare on the front side here. Stay tuned for part 2, and I'll show you how I took this all apart and cleaned it up and fixed the little repairs here and there.